Hello, fellow earthlings, feminists, sex-positive revolutionaries, regular people. I'm here today to answer the question that I sometimes get. Why are you so passionate about feminism? What do you want to accomplish? What are you trying to do? Women are equal, right? Why I'm so passionate is really answered in the first video. And at this point in time, just go online and Google what's going on to women in the world today. If you don't want to Google what's going on in America, look at what's going on in other countries where women get acid thrown in their face for wanting education, and maybe you'll figure out why I think feminism is kind of important. But anyway, my mission, what I want to accomplish in this day and age, in the 60s they had Woodstock. In the 60s they cared. Now we're all like, oh my god, I got a follower. Okay. So I think that we should stop doing that, and I think that we should care. And I think that one thing we can do is, as women, take back our sexuality. I think it's about time. I think if women own their sexuality and we have a sexual liberation of women, WOMYN, this could end things like sexual violence, rape, female genital mutilation, slut-shaming, the patriarchy. Sex and sexuality is something right now that men feel like they own. Look at the Santa Barbara shooting. Look at, men being rejected on a date and feeling like that's something that they got. Look at catcalling, slut shaming. Women, we have to be virginal for our husbands because our sexuality is pure and it needs to be good for them. And what the truck? I don't understand. Anyway, sex in the beginning of time, actually in old Greco-Roman times and the old Greek societies, used to be seen as an act done upon another person. And of course that meant an act that a man did upon a woman, meaning that there was an active role in sex and a passive role in sex, which means from the beginning of time, sex is something that has been done to women. And this is wrong, and a lot of people may not see it that way now, but there are aspects of that mindset that's still settled today, and that's wrong. And women need to own their sexuality. You need to not apologize for having breasts, for having hard nipples when it's cold out, for wearing shorts. If you get catcalled, that's not your problem. You didn't wear your shorts to get catcalled. You didn't have your body to turn men on. You just were born with your body. You were born with your skin. Sorry if it shows. If a man catcalls you, as has happened to me the other day, I was waiting on the corner for my Uber and wearing sweats. I don't know, not that it matters. And the man comes up and he pulls over to the side of the road and goes, "I'm not your Uber driver, baby, but I wish I was." Why does he think he can talk to me? Because men think they own women. So you know what, women? We need to free the nipple. We need to breastfeed in public. We need to say the word vagina, pussy. You get your period? You get your period in class, you raise your hand and you go, "Teacher, I got my period. I need to go to the bathroom." Because you shouldn't be ashamed of your periods. Women shouldn't be ashamed of anything. We should talk about sex. We should embrace sex. The other day, a 5-year-old got dress code for wearing a maxi dress to school with spaghetti straps because her shoulders were showing. They sexualized a 5-year-old's shoulders. Not only that, they made her put jeans on under her maxi dress. Because women are just sexual objects that need to be concealed. No. It's wrong, and we need to change it now. I have one more quote to end this. Sorry, excuse me. This is Elizabeth Cady Stanton in her "We Demand Our Right to Vote" 1848 speech, and it's still relevant today, which is sad but true. "The world has never yet seen a truly great and virtuous nation, because in the degradation of women the very fountains of life are poisoned at their source. It is the wise mother that has the wise son. So long as your women are slaves, you may throw your colleges and churches to the winds. You can't have scholars and saints so long as your mothers are ground to powder between the upper and nether millstone of tyranny and lust. As in women all have fallen, so in her elevation shall the race be recreated. We do not expect our path will be strewn with the flowers of popular applause, but over the thorns of bigotry and prejudice will be our way. Men think they own everything. Men think they own our sexuality. They create it. That they run this world. You know what? Women run this world. We give birth. They're here because we pushed them out of our vaginas or out of our C-section area. Okay, goodbye.